Hey once human people, it's she. How y'all doing? Hope you're doing well, hope you're staying safe. I hope you're having a great day, night, morning, whatever it is for you out there in the world. If you're new to my channel, feel free to subscribe, like the video, and leave a comment below if you have any questions. I wanted to do an updated version of the last video I did about the gardener class, which was back in, March or something like that. I can't even remember now. But so much has changed in the game since then. In fact, I went on a long needed vacation from the game and just recently came back. So naturally, I wanted to play a gardener again because it's my favorite class of all the classes. And okay, I know there's a lot of things that have changed, and I can't really do anything about that, but make a new video to try to explain to you guys what may be different, what may not be different, what may have gotten harder, what may have gotten easier, blah, 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 blah. There are some things that have changed that really pissed me off, but you know what? I'm trying to look past that, okay? Because there's not really a whole lot of MMOs going on right now in the world, and I am quite fond of Once Human, even if it has punched me in the face a few times at this point. I know you guys are too, and I know you also love the gardener class. I've heard about it from you guys, and I'm happy that I've been able to help you guys. So with that, I'm going to try to make chapters for you guys in case there's a particular subject or topic, whatever, that you need to hear about maybe, and that's the only thing you care about. You can go skip forward to that. Okay, without that being said, let's jump into it, baby. Okay, so say you are just starting out as a gardener. You're on your very first scenario playing one, or maybe you have played one already. Okay, my first recommendation of what you need to do is you need to get a water source going, okay? You need to have a water supply going. That's the very first thing I recommend anybody do. With that early phase, you're going to get, okay, so in this version of Once Human, you gotta go find a lot of things, okay? And sometimes they're hard to find, but, a compact water filter, not very hard to get your hands on. That is going to be the first version of the filter that you're going to be getting. It takes wood, it takes adhesive, it takes charcoal, it takes iron, it takes power cables, okay? You might be having a hard time finding power cables. Go look around in trunks. Go look around in red trucks. That's where you're going to find most of your stuff anyway. So, yeah, get it. Your first compact water filter, that's the first phase. You'll be getting that probably. You just need 2 pumps to start with. Otherwise, you're going to get a backflow going, and you don't want to have that problem. Another thing I was asked is how to set one up. Okay, so just have your water pumps available in water. There's some places where you don't even need to have like actual water. You can just put it in the ground and there's dirty water available for you. So what you do is you put them down. You want to get your pump here. It's going to be up over this always, because naturally this pump here, right here, this thing, it pulls water upwards, so you want to have everything go up. So next, you want to make sure your filter is always upwards and then on top of something. It doesn't have to be this thing. I just do it because it's convenient for me. But yeah, that's how you do it. Always make sure you have your lines on in the game. I know a lot of people like to turn them off. I like to keep them on when I'm dealing with this kind of stuff. That way I can make sure my flow is correct. So, yeah, make sure you have that on while you're doing it. And then when second phase comes, or if you find one of these things, get the second one and I had it lit up. Okay, so the large water filter takes electronic parts, adhesive, rubber, alloys, steel ingots, and power cables. Again, you can find a lot of things in trunks or in red trucks or in those big military type trucks that are on the side of the road, or you can even go looking around in different places and you might come across this and unlock it, and then boom, you got this going. I recommend for this, I usually have 3 going, but I just haven't made another one. 3 is fine, it's all you need. be careful with these things. You don't need more than one for up to 3 of them. It works just fine. What else? If you can see here, I'm doing okay. I probably could be doing better, but like I said, I just haven't made another one. I've been busy doing other things, but I'm doing okay because I pretty much just need it for my water out in my greenhouse that I'll show you here in a second. Anyway, that's how that works. So as I stated before, there were some big changes to the game. We got a lot of things taken from us. Also, some things given to us, but mostly taken from us. I don't know if y'all were watching my video, devs, or what happened, but you completely screwed my game up a little bit, okay? A little mad about that, but you know what? I'm okay. I'm alright. I'll be fine. It's not as bad as I thought it was, okay? Believe me, I was having a total freak out, thinking my plants were gone and stuff, and, they're not. They're fine. Everything's alright. Okay, for starters, a lot of the stuff you're going to find for the gardener are going to be on the large synthesis bench now. For whatever reason that makes sense to them. Okay, sure, whatever. So with the gardener class, you get the gardener gloves now. You get the harvesting sickle. You get all your boosts and fertilizers. Gardener shears, which I find that if you want to have a harvesting sickle, you can't really have a gardener shear at the same time. You kind of have to do one or the other. It's up to you which one you want to do. Harvesting sickle, it is when in your backpack there is a 20% chance to double the yield and a 20% chance to obtain 1 seed when gathering in the wilderness. And then the gardener shears, when in your backpack, increases yield of basic plants gathered in the wild, but seeds can be no longer obtained. So, it's up to you which one you want to do. I personally use the harvesting sickle because I want all those seeds I can get, because in this version of the game now, it's not like how it was before, where you would collect things out in the wild and you would get seeds for everything. It don't work like that no more. You're lucky to get a seed here and there. So I think they adapted it to fit these things or whatever, so you'll get one or whatever. If you want to do it this way, it's up to you. Feel free. Like I said, this is just my preferred method. At the same time, a lot of the stuff for gardener is also on the supplies workbench here. As you can see, I feel like, man, just make us like a gardener bench at this point. Instead of trying to confuse us. This is too much, okay? Your high efficiency grafting catalysts and stuff is still here. What else? Your soil solution is also here as well. Okay, say you're brand new to the game in general and you started playing a gardener, or maybe you haven't played in a real long time and you just aren't familiar with the up-to-date stuff, or maybe you just want to refresh or something. Okay, fine, I got you. We're gonna go ahead and go to my inventory here, to the bar here under your tools. Okay, so the first thing you get, or well, one of the first things you get, is an environment detector. As it says, when held, it analyzes the nearby environment, a specialized tool for gardeners. Okay, what you do is you put it here. I already got it here. I'm going to click it, and I will zoom in for you guys. This shows you your region fertility, okay? And you can hold it in your hand, run around. It will show you region fertility. It will not go away until you put this away. You can even see it too when you're using soil solution, which I'll show you guys more about that here in a little bit. But as you can see, this shows you the area's fertility. Okay, how do you change that? Because you need to change that. If you want to be able to plant biochemical plants, which are these things here, if you want to be able to get these boxes, if you want to be able to plant maybe some normal plants or whatever, you got to have at least 700 fertility, and that is plus 700 fertility. It's got to be in the green, okay? Say you open yours up and you are somewhere else and it is in the red, or is minus 700, okay? I've had that happen before. What you do, okay, so what you do is you come here to your workbench, whatever version it is that you have. You look for the soil solution here. on your workbench, okay? It requires fertilizer, it requires spoiled food, as well as whatever kind of water. You can use boiled water, you can use purified water. I've got so much purified water, I'm going to use that because I haven't messed with the fertility here at all. I'm going to make me quite a few because, as you guys saw, my fertility was not all the way up where it should be. I probably won't even need that much, but I'm just going to do it for the sake of the video, okay? And one of the good things that has come about this is before you used to have to make them one at a time in a row. Now you can make them in a stack, which is pretty great. I appreciate that change. As you can see here, I now have these 10 soil solutions in my inventory. I'm gonna take it. I always just put my stuff here. It doesn't have to be there, it could be anywhere. I just do it there to make it easier. What you do, you take it out and you spray it. Alright? Again, look up in the top. Look up in the top. You see how there's those green arrows or whatever? It's making the number go up, and then the soil solution is going down because you're spraying it. That's how that works. You want it to go all the way up to 700. Okay? And remember, that takes fertilizer. It takes spoiled food, which if you don't know how to get spoiled food, just let food go bad in your inventory. Or you can even ask people for spoiled food, because we all tend to have, especially in that first phase where nobody can get a refrigerator or any perks for anything. So it's pretty easy to come by the time you get that going. Well, all this going, really, you should have a good bit of spoiled food available. But yeah, that's how the soil solution works. I will show you more here in a few minutes how you can do it with the biochemical plants. So as you can see, as I'm pushing this to make all the little spray go or whatever, the region fertility is going up. One thing is a little annoying. They take away where if you have a bunch there, it will keep going. You got to keep doing it one at a time. Kind of annoying. But yeah, like I said, you don't necessarily need to have your fertility meter out doing it. You can be using the soil solution, and it'll also show you that same screen up at the left corner. And someone did ask me, why 700? I don't know. In case you didn't see my last video, or you just found this video and you are new to all this or whatever, also remember that everything that you do when it comes to region fertility can be affected by the people around you. So say, okay, well, there used to be a guy here. Last night there was a guy here. I've been recording this video over a few days. He moved his stuff, but if he was right here, like he was last night, if he happened to have been planting, I don't know, mutated crops or something like that, his land could have affected my region fertility. Or say you're on WoW and you have a tower that has some kind of perk on it to where it will mess with your plants or your ground things that come out or whatever. That could affect your region fertility, so always keep that in mind. You got to keep looking at it. Like I said, I just logged back in to redo this video a little bit here and there today, and my region fertility is still 700. So sometimes you get lucky where you are. Sometimes you won't get, especially if you're over by a lot of polluted area. That's usually where there's a huge problem with it going up and down. So keep that in mind always. Fertilizer, it's going to be kind of a challenge. It took me a while to be able to find this compost bin, and I believe it was quite a bit of points you have to unlock by itself, but I did get lucky. I did end up finding it somewhere, so I was able to get it and make it. I wish I could have wrote down all this stuff, like how much it costs and stuff to make. I don't remember. But anyway, you're going to need a compost bin if you want fertilizer. You can make fertilizer with a lot of different ways. It's just like my last video I made. You can use all kinds of stuff to make fertilizer. And you can use meats, you can use fruits, you can use all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. I usually just use whatever I have a lot of at the time. Or I just use a bunch of spoiled food. It's whatever. Just know that making fertilizer takes quite a bit of time. So you are going to need to put that in the back of your mind, that you're going to have to wait for it. Another thing you get straight off the jump as becoming a gardener, you get what we call a core. because that's what it's called, a greenhouse core. Okay, so this big old thing here, if you didn't see my last video, or maybe you're brand new to the whole experience, what this is, it controls the lighting and the water, and I don't ever use the water because it just takes so much stuff. I think they did redo this, but again, I don't ever use it. I just use it for the lighting. As you can see, I'm using it right now for my, what am I using it for? I had a whole thing that I was going to be doing here, a couple days ago, and I just stopped doing it. But yeah, and one thing too is they made it more powerful for some reason, so it's got its own power supply, because whenever I would hook it up to like other things, it would completely just not work. So I had to make it its own thing. That's how powerful it is. Kind of annoying. So the way this works is you pretty much just hit lighting. You control the lighting by however your plants you got here is going. I also too have artificial lighting as well as this. I actually need to fill this up. I'm a bit naughty. That will give me a good chance to show you how to do it. But if you watch my other video, you'll know I am a big firm believer of putting trees inside your greenhouse, so you will have a never-ending harvest of apples and bananas and coconuts, so you can make some things, even though they changed some recipes, and my whole recipe that I always counted on doesn't work anymore. Thanks a lot, Once Human. But yeah, I had to unlock this stuff personally with, well, they're not cosmetics, but the tech points, because I couldn't find it until later when I finally started finding the irrigation. But how you control it pretty much is how you see how up there it says target lighting 70%. It's based off of what my plants want here, okay? So if I click details, it's staying within the green. Alright, this irrigation facility works the same way kind of as the lighting does. As you can see, it's on 80 because that's the target I wanted. So what I do next, since it's not going technically, push G, you put your max, you add, boom, you got water. You got water. And it will show you when you lift these up, it will show you the area of what it's hitting. So if I did have any plants growing right here, which I don't, it would be affected by that as well. I'm not worried about it right now because, like I said, I'm not growing anything right here. Some of the new annoyances with this update that came, that changed the gardener class a few months ago, whatever, and I'm just now getting into it. So you can still put out 10 boxes on your land, or well, biochemical pieces. You can still put 10 out, but you cannot grow on your friends' lands. You cannot grow, or well, let me be specific. You cannot put your core on other people's lands, okay? Very annoying. I don't know why they did that. It's very annoying. But you can put your biochemical plants on other people's lands. Like, this is Widow's, technically his property, so you can do that. But one thing that's big difference is now it costs points to bring them over, where before they were just in your decorations because they redid the whole thing. Now you gotta pay 1,000 points per plant. So yeah, kind of annoying. I don't like that. In fact, it pissed me off so bad I almost didn't play. That's how mad I got. But yeah, it's what it is. It's not so bad after you're playing for like a week or so because you get refresher points. So I just recommend bringing out the stuff you really need. As you can see, this isn't even like my main tune. This is another tune that me and Widow decided to make to start fresh. If you could see, we're not even using like our best deviants or anything like that. We wanted to kind of start over. But at the same time, I wanted to have my plants because I'm a brat like that. Oh, and also I went and got a mushroom because that's just, I couldn't deal with a 1/1 mushroom. I couldn't do it. But, you can put your plants here. Just make sure you put them away when you're done with them, because you could lose them. And you don't want that to happen. And also, be careful when you're building. Alright? Don't accidentally break them. you want to always make sure you put in your backpack. And also too, if you have your plants on somebody else's property, they will get all the seeds and all the plant stuff, the harvest that is in these plants. It will go into their stuff. You will get your plant back, but all that kind of stuff will go to them. And when you have yours on your land, it will go straight to you. Alright, so like I said in my last video, and if you didn't see that one, okay, we're doing a refresher here. Still, my favorite plants out of all the plants that you could possibly have, with the exception of the ones that I will talk about here in a little bit, which is the new addition to the game, out of the biochemical plants are the diggers, okay? These are my favorite, and there's for good reason. Look at how much it's making, you guys. Look at how much I'm getting in ore. Okay, and this is me. I pretty much have been getting it every day, just because we're still in early game here where we are on Manibus. So this is from me letting it sit overnight. But yeah, you can, these things, the way they work, they are very specific to where you are parked. So like, say, like I'm out here in Red Sands, it makes me able to dig this specific stuff here. If I was like in, I don't know, Broken Delta or something like that, naturally I don't think I'd be able to get tungsten, but I don't know. I haven't tested it out yet. I didn't get my plants out until I started getting up into this area, really. So I'm pretty sure that's how it still works. That's how it used to work anyway. And also too, like if you are on a different map, say you are on WoW, or you're on Endless Stream or something like that, usually everybody will go, let's see, can we even see? Okay, usually if you're playing those games, usually people are parked over here. You'll be able to get everything as well if you're over here. It's kind of the same thing as it would be down here where I am. It's very specific to where you are, so keep that in mind. Those are still probably, in my opinion, the best plants you can have, with the exception of the ones that I will talk about here soon, like I said. As well as, you know, of course, the regular Morphic biochemical plants. And those are very specific to what you want to make and how you are planning them around your game. Say you're playing by yourself and you want to play to where you just have all of them, you know, all of them, and you just want to make them all one by one. You could do it that way. If you're playing with a bunch of people, you can set it up to where you're designing it around what they may need for their tunes, or maybe it's an alt and you're planning it for that way. It's very specific to what you're playing, okay? So I recommend go watching that video, because it talks more in specific about like all the plants and stuff, like how to do it and stuff. I'm going to go over that here again for you guys, but I'm a bit more nice about it. More patient. But yeah, it's the same thing in a way. The difference here is a lot of recipes have changed for things that you may want to make, which is very bothersome to me. But it's what it is, okay? But yeah, any difference of that I didn't mention last time. Always make sure you plant those in a round pot, because you want to be able to take it and put it in your inventory, or well, in your backpack, in your decoration spot is where it will sit. So you want to be able to pick them up and take them like that. You don't want to do it in a... You don't want to do it in a planter box, alright? Because then you can't pick it up and put it in your stuff. So in order to make the digger biochemical plants, you need these pieces. I recommend going to WoW. I recommend going to Endless Stream. Those are the best places you can get them. You can also get them on Manibus, and I don't know about the PvP servers, to be honest, because I don't play those. But WoW, Endless Stream, best place to get these in my opinion. There is a video that I recommend. I mentioned it in my last video. I will again put it down below in the description for like 90 some places on Manibus where you can go and you can go find all these parts there around, spread around. They may have changed with the updates we got. I don't know. You can also get them on WoW. You can also get them on Endless Dream. Endless Dream is probably one of the best places you can get these things. But it's basically one of those things, if you see a butterfly, you snap your fingers, it appears out of nowhere, you shoot it, you open it, you get one of these things, okay? And you might actually see people selling them too. People sell them for a ridiculous amount of money. And, you know, it's for good reason. You can make some great things with them, okay? But these things, easy as how to do in Ashington and on Endless Stream and WoW. Best place to get these, just wherever. Again, I will put that video down for you guys below to check out. I can't remember the guy's name off the top of my head, but go watch that video. It will show you a bunch of places. Another thing you get right away as a gardener when first starting, you get a seed box that sits here in your toolbox area. As it says, a box infused with strange power, leave ripe fruit inside for a while, and it will return a generous yield of seeds. Okay, what does that mean? It means you can take ripe fruit, like an orange, a grape, an apple, something like that. Put it inside it and you get seeds in return. That's a pretty great thing, I would think, right? That's great, especially when you're first starting out. Very helpful. I highly recommend using it if you're having a hard time getting the seeds, because like I said before, they don't give out seeds like when you're picking things like they used to before. There were seeds everywhere. Not so much this time around. Also here in the large synthesis bench, you will see a compost bin. Alright, you make this, it will take your bad food that turns into spoiled food, it'll turn it into mushrooms. If you don't want that to happen, don't make this. Don't put it in your backpack. If you want to keep getting that spoiled food, don't use this. If you don't care and you want to get extra mushrooms, use it. It's up to you. As I said in my last video, a portable planter box. Don't use this if you want to have very weak plants that are fighter plants. If you want to have very weak fighter plants, use it. Make it. You can do like 3 of them at a time. I think you could probably do, I don't know if you can do more, but yeah, I've made up to 3 before, and that's what I stopped with because naturally I don't do that. Those plants are weak. They're not fun. I think there should be like a better workaround for that or something once you make them stronger if you want us to use them. Do it if you want to do the scenario challenge. Other than that, it ain't worth the shit. Alright, I'm going to show you guys from start to finish how to make one of these biochemical plants here from start to finish in case you missed my last video. I'm going to do it real quick for you guys. Okay, you want to make sure you got these unlocked right. You want to use either a large planter or a medium planter, depending on your preference. I'm going to use a medium planter. Okay? So, if you got 10 plants out, depending on how many you got, how many you want to make, I'm only making 1, so I put 1 away. So now this counts as 10, okay? If you are making more than that, you want to make sure it all evens out to 10, alright? Okay, so next, you're going to want to push F. Okay, whatever seed you're going to do, you got to make sure you know what seeds can be used and what cannot be used. There's quite a few that you can't use. You can't use the orange seeds. You can't use the blueberry seeds. You can't use... I probably don't have a bunch that I can't use. You can't use peppercorn. I think it allows you to try to make it, but it's really hard to make for some reason. I think that's the one that does that. Or you might not be able to do it. It's one or the other. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm sorry. Yeah, but there's a few that you cannot make. You're going to have to just try it out. Whenever you do plant it, it will let you get an option to where you could graft. If you cannot graft that plant, if that option does not even come up, that means you cannot turn it into one of these plants, okay? So make sure you check it out, alright? You also can't do it with trees, like I have over here, okay? So we are going to do an onion plant, okay? And then it will come up with an option for fertilizer, okay? I'm going to use a growth boost, okay? That way it just goes faster. This whole process takes quite a bit of time. Alright, so you see now how it says grafting? Alright, H. We're going to use the biochemical piece here that I have in my inventory. We're gonna do it. Bada bing, bada boom. It says that everything is bad right now. So, to keep me from having to do that crap, I'm gonna put it over here. Alright, next, we're gonna push F again. We're gonna put our water. We want to make sure we stay within the green. Usually I go to the highest, so you don't want to go over and you don't want to go under, okay? You want to stay the highest in the green you can. Next, you want to make sure you use the best biochemical graft catalyst that you can make, alright? There's two options. You can make one that is like a lower level, and then you can make a higher level. Always use the higher one, so that way you can use 6. I think I said 3 last time, and I didn't mean to. It's 6, okay? It'll make your chances go up better. All the way. 6. Bada bing, bada boom. That's how you do it, baby. That's how you do it, okay? And then after that, even if your stuff is okay, you're gonna still just make sure, okay? I do it just to make sure. Okay? You don't even have to. I just do it to be extra like that. Okay, and so my lighting isn't great right now, and that's just because I got so many other things requiring light right now. I could probably turn it up, but I think that it will mess up this tree here if I do. So, I don't care. Because I don't really need this plant. I'm just showing you guys. Make sure it's all in the green. Alright? Make sure it's all in the green. And then you just wait it out, and it will either work or it won't work. You may get lucky, you may not get lucky. Okay? So I've had times where I've been making like 5 at a time, and I've gotten none to come out. I've had times where I've gotten like 4 to come out. I've had times where I just had 1 and had me try to make like 6 at a time, and 1 came out of it. Okay? It's all about chances, luck, whatever. And yeah, that's how you do it. That's simple. So what are the benefits of having these things, you're probably wondering? Okay, let me just hover over them. This is me keeping it overnight, just chilling. So, I'm gonna claim them, and they'll start right back over again. Okay? So every day, when it hits 100, you take it, you go put it in your stuff. This is for me doing it a couple days. A couple days having all my plants out. Look at all the seeds I have. You also get deviated harvest as well, which I keep here in case I need for recipes, or you can sell this back to a vendor, and even you can go sell it in the marketplace. We will buy it from you. And I know some of you guys are going crazy with this right now, to the point of where it's fucking up my game, and I don't appreciate that. Y'all need to relax, okay? I don't mind showing you guys how to do this shit, and I'm glad I'm able to help you, but it doesn't mean that you fuck it up for everybody else, okay? Relax with the prices of shit, y'all. Relax. Look at my refrigerator. It is crazy right now. This is one of the, like, not great things about having too much. Okay? This is called excess. At times. Excess. Too much. Too much, too much. So you guys think that this is funny. It's not funny. This is too much. So what do? You go sell it. That's what you do. Or you make a bunch of crap, like I do. If I showed you guys my eternal land right now, too much crap. Too much. So, y'all think this is hilarious. Too much. Too much, too much, too much. Okay, I forgot to put a couple away. Whatever. So one of the additions they have to the game since I last played or whatever is the ability to add or well, plant parts, which I'll show you here how you can go about doing that real quick. Okay, so say you got a planter box going on and you hit material cultivation. Okay, I went and picked up an electronic part and a part just to show you. But there's all kinds of different things here that you can plant and get some in return. I don't know how I feel about this because it's so easy to just go find them out there in the world. I could see if, like, I don't know, you get something great in return, that would be, you know, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Like, you can easily just go find this shit. It's not hard to. Anyway, okay, I'm sorry. Rant over. Let's do, electronic part, and you need this material, growth booster, fertilizer to do it. I'm going to use that. It's planted. Okay. And then, look here, guy. I need to know how much it needs. I don't know how much it needs. But let's just put it. Okay? Let's just put it. I don't really like this. I don't see the point in it, really. I don't see the point in it. I don't think it's like endgame worthy. Seems kind of boring, in my opinion. Right? You can just go find this shit. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm better off making my biochemical plants and living my life peacefully that way. This, I don't know if I just am not doing it correctly or whatever. I'll put the rest. I don't know. It's just, it's not, who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? This is boring. It's boring. It's boring. I don't like it. I don't think we needed that. Just go find them. Just go find them by yourself. It's easy. Just go look in red trucks. Go look in cars, the trunks, every other thing. Way better time. It's boring, in my opinion. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to talk about for this video is fertilizer. I know everybody's always in a rush to go and get the improved fertilizer, but you don't even need to do that. I never go get it, okay? And that's just me being freaking lazy, probably. But, you know, I do eventually sometimes get it. It depends. You don't really need it. There's a lot of things you could do without it. Like, I use Growth Boost all the time, and I get my things done quickly doing it that way. Okay, so what do the different fertilizers do? Okay, so a yield boost, naturally, fertilizer that will boost crop nutrition, increasing yield when the plant is fully mature. So that means you'll get more of the crop. Okay, breeding boost, fertilizer that will boost crop fertility, increasing seed yield when the plant is fully mature. So you get more seeds out of it when it's done. Growth boost, like I said, I use this quite often. It's the speed of the plant. Mutation, you want to do this for if you want mutated plants. And this is actually pretty good to have on WoW. I haven't played it since they made the big update, but I used to make mutated crops all the time, just in my regular spot. And I used to be able to get hearts from it for WoW, getting those mutated crops. So that's good for that. These are for what I just showed you, that weird part plants that you can make. That's what that's for. And then naturally you got the improved one that everybody wants and is screaming they must have, but you don't necessarily have to have it. Like I said, I go many seasons not even using it. It's not that great. It's not that big of a deal. I don't think so anyway. I mean, it's okay to have when you finally do get it and you get bored and you're like, okay, there's no rush to get it. And then you got the last material growth accelerator fertilizer, which is just like a speed one for that those plants that you could do where you're making the parts. This is just like a more costly version of it. You use the stardust ore for it. You don't even need to do it, okay? In my opinion. If you want to, go ahead. Enjoy yourself. So the high efficiency plant grafting, this is just for making regular plant grafting, which I don't particularly enjoy doing all that much. Maybe I'll make a separate video later about regular plant grafting, but it's not something I like doing. So maybe I'll do that later. But the biochemical one, it's the one that I used for the biochemical plant that I just made. This is the high efficiency version of it, where you have, this is the low efficiency versions of that particular one, and then this is the normal plant grafting catalyst, which is for normal plant grafting, which again, I'm not a big fan of. If you want to do it though, enjoy yourself. It's not all that different than the regular grafting that I showed you for biochemical stuff. I highly recommend checking out my last video I did for the gardener class. Even though there's some things in there that might be out of date, there are a lot of things in there that are actually still pretty good. So I recommend that video. I wasn't so lazy in that one. I actually busted my ass on that video. So I recommend you guys check that one out if you want more in-depth view at things. I even also talk about eternal land farming in that one. I give more talk about my trees and how important they are. That one though is a bit outdated about the trees, just because you don't get the recipes that I was making for those trees anymore. So they have changed quite a bit when it comes to recipes in this game now. So you might be able to use them for different things. Like you can use them better now for different fertilizers and stuff, which I appreciate. At the same time, I would like to have my food back that I was making with tree stuff. I would appreciate that very much. Once human, you guys change that. I that don't appreciate that part. That's pretty mean. There's a lot of things about this game that piss me off. There's a lot of things now that kind of piss me off in this game. But at the same time, you know, we're trying to start fresh. We're trying to start over. We were playing something else for a long time. We came back and we are starting all over again. Maybe you guys left the game as well, looking for something new to play, or maybe you're playing something else and or you're pissed off at the game in a way like I was, to where I made a video talking all kinds of crap. I know you guys probably saw that video. And I still mean some of that stuff, but at the same time, I'm trying to give it another chance, okay? Because me and Widow, we love playing this game together. It's a really cool bonding experience for us, and we have a lot of hours into it. It's one of those games you kind of can't let go, even though there's problems about it, which still very much exist for us. But either way, maybe you can come back and play with us. We're just playing on a random Manibus server. Starting fresh. Like I said in the beginning, we're not really using any of our good deviants that we worked really hard on or anything like that. The only thing I'm using really are my plants. He's not even using his pets or anything that he worked really hard on. It's just a new experience. We're kind of trying to treat it that way. If you come into it fresh like that, after leaving, it seems to be proving to be rather fun. I'm actually enjoying myself getting out there and looking for all this crap. Where, you know, months ago when I tried it, I hated it very badly. And it might have been too who I was playing with. You know, no offense to him, but, you know, there's just something about playing with Widow, my bestie of all besties, playing this game together, and we have so much fun. And maybe you might have that experience too with your friends, or maybe you can come and play and meet some new people. and enjoy yourself a whole different time around. Anyway, so again, go check out my last video. It has way more stuff for you guys that seems to be still good, even though there might still be things about it that are outdated. Alright, you guys take care. I hope you have a great day, night, morning, whatever it is for you out there in the world, and I'll see you guys soon.